Scotty P, what are the prop bets that people might want to look at? And I know you got a very, very important point that you give away to everybody. You've given it away here, but you might repeat it about the coin toss and who's getting the ball first. I'm pretty sure that has something to do with it. What you got for the prop bets?
Well, first of all, oftentimes in the Super Bowl, when you have 2 weeks for the odds makers to pinpoint the side total money line, respectfully, there's not a lot of value as a sharp to bet the side total money line. They've had 2 weeks to, there are no secrets, okay? Unlike August preseason, which I love, every sharp, wise guy, professional sports bettor that I know, me included, hammers preseason. There's a reason why the sports books will limit what you can bet. Conversely, you can bet circa right now, Super Bowl $200,000 to make it holla, because again, there's real no specific advantage. There hasn't been a whole lot of movement on this game. The point spread is 2.5 Niners. The total on the game is 47 and a half. The money line is anywhere from 127 to 137 on this game. So my point is, and I'm getting to it here, 500 ways to bet the game per props. So the advantage to betting the Super Bowl, props. I've talked about the gambling element. I talked about, years ago in 1998 when I and a lot of my cronies bet up Terrell Davis over 73 rushing yards. It closed 83 and a half, so 10 and a half yards, the best of it. And again, we were looking good, we were feeling good, me especially because I'm the one who pinpointed it. But Terrell Davis got kicked in the head, had a migraine, didn't play the entire second quarter, came out, decided to give it a shot in the second half. Ultimately, in 3 quarters, he had 3 touchdowns, 157 yards, was the game's MVP. As there's your way, there's my way, and then there's Elway, and the Broncos, as a 7-point dog, stuck it to the overrated, overhyped Green Bay Packers. So the value, Coach, this time of year is spotting your picks, picking your spots, and trying not to pick your nose. And you bet the props. That's where the value is.
So forget the money line, forget the Kansas City with 2.5 points. I'm loving that pick, but forget it. Forget the over under. We're looking at prop bets. Any prop bets that are favorable to you that you might want to tell people to look at, or you want to keep this a secret right now?
Well, I don't want to tease the audience at the risk of annoying them and ticking them off. So I'm going to throw a bone. We talked about it on Monday, but I'm going to rehash it here today and explain why. I do have 4 paid props on my site. I have 1 paid pick for the winner for the point spread on Sunday as well. I mean, if you go to Pritchard'sPicks.com, this is not an infomercial, but again, if you want the winner steak and lobster dinner, you pay $49. If you want the 4 props and the winner, it's $99 to make it holla. Okay. So again, that's entirely up to you, but I will be giving out my daily free picks just by signing up by email blast. All of my subscribers a free pick. Oftentimes it's NBA because they play the NBA every single day, college basketball every single day, NHL hockey every single day. They play the Star Spangled Banner every single day, and I generally have action every single day. But let's keep the main thing, my friend. Everyone, 500,000 fans in town to watch the Super Bowl. You and I are going to be there, and I'm so pumped, so excited because, again, we don't have to pick up an airline ticket or car rental or accommodations. We just stroll on down to Allegiant Stadium, make a day of it, and we're in the Section 200 area. So again, sweet seats, and we'll be tearing it up. The thing I look at here for the game, this is the one game, Coach, where the public will out-bet the wise guys and the sharps. And so you want to use that to your advantage. So when we talked on Monday, Kelce is the best receiver. He's the stud tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs. And I'm a big, big Kelce fan, a big Mahomes fan, a big Reed fan. I love the Niners defense. I love the Niners coach, Shanahan. So, I mean, this is going to be a knockdown, drag-out game. But back to the prop. The Kansas City Chiefs have 1 receiver. Everyone else is average or pedestrian on their best day. Everyone's betting the over Red Rover, 72 and a half yards for Kelce. And I said on Monday to go ahead and wait, patience is a virtue. Good things happen to those who wait. It was 70.5, and the public has bet it up to 72.5. I still haven't bet it, but I'm ready to pounce at any time Sunday morning before I stroll on down from Mandalay Bay across the bridge to Allegiant Stadium is when I'll probably pounce and hit it. But the thing is, the reason I'm leaning on the under is because regular season games, 18 games for Kelce, 10 of those 18 games, he went under 72.5 receiving yards. Number one, numbers lie. I'm sorry, people lie, numbers don't. So I'm big on betting with my head, never my heart. Whenever I run into a situation, whether it be a relationship or business, I never ask myself, how do I feel about this? Because my heart has gotten me into a lot of trouble. But my head, my logic, my mind, my brain, I will always ask the question instead of, how do I feel about this? Forget that. Check that at the door. I simply ask, what do I think about this? And when I analyze this prop with Kelce to go under, even though it continues to be bet up, and it's because of the popularity factor, it's because Kelce's a stud, Kelce's been there before, and the Taylor Swift fact. We talked about the Housewives of Topeka and or Kalamazoo. Everyone's going to bet this game, not having watched a game the entire season. They just like the guy. He's popular. He's a good player for sure. But if you look at this logically, Coach, you're talking about Shanahan. He's been here. He's proven. He knows what it takes. You're not playing a regular season game against the Chicago Bears or the LA Chargers or your Raiders. You're playing the Super Bowl representative from the NFC, and they've had not 1, but 2 weeks to prepare. And obviously, if you're Shanahan, you're not going to if you're going to lose the game, Niners, you're not going to let Kelce beat you. I don't care if you have to double team the guy, triple team the guy. The prop value is in the under. Now, again, it's a coin toss, but I see it as a 55, 58% chance to win because the Niners have a great defense. The fact is they're number 4 in all of football, neutralizing the tight end for the entire season. And like I say, Kelce, you're not playing Chicago, LA, or Las Vegas in this contest. You're playing a world beater in the 49ers. And the other thing is, a big play situation, receiver, as an example, Coach, could get 60 yards in one play. But this guy's a plow horse. He gets 2-3 yards in a cloud of dust.
He does. And MVS would be the other guy. And if he doesn't have hands, which he had hands in the AFC Championship game, but he hasn't had hands the rest of the season, he would be a player that can pick up 50, 60 yards. Travis Kelce, I don't know. I don't think, he would need 7 or 8 catches to get to 70 or 80. We would just assume that's just the way he plays. And we have the Taylor Swift effect, though, affecting this game. So maybe he's ready to show up and show out. Taylor Swift's going to be there with her long legs. All right, maybe we're going to get some long yards. All right, this is the Taylor Swift effect. The Taylor Swifties are going to be betting the over more than likely. I don't think they're smart enough to bet the under. So what are you going to do with the Swiftie effect? You would hope on Saturday night the Swifties get on their apps and bet the over so that you can go ahead and bet that under. Let's move that over to 80 yards, and then that under is looking good.
Well, it's never going to move that much. I mean, it was a bit of an anomaly mathematically in the late 90s when Terrell Davis, everyone ultimately saw what I did. I told anyone who was listening at that time. But I have to tell you that it doesn't have to be. Again, 10 of the 18 games for Kelce this year, he's gone under playing, week to week, average teams in a lot of those games. But now you're playing a Super Bowl contender, a team that's representing the NFC. They're well coached. They're good defensively. They're 4th out of 32 teams in neutralizing, negating the tight end position. Hey, it's a football game. It's a 3-hour contract, nothing more, nothing less. It's one bet. Fact is, between now and Sunday at kickoff, I will have made about 30, 35 bets, college basketball, NBA. So to me, it's just another bet. But as a token of appreciation for the viewers, your viewers are super educated and super smart. I just want to oftentimes I want to do and say things that will provoke thought, but I also want to teach, train, and explain as far as the mindset of a sharp and why you have to go in with an unfair advantage and get what you can get when you can get it, because these sports books, They're not giving anything away, believe me.